and Mike was running the site by himself. Probably just went and let the pig go.
I gotta say the one thing.
2006, I think, is when. When did Cinemassacre YouTube channel start?
I think you're right.
April 6, 2006.
Dude, pretty
Here's
good.
a summary from Wikitubia.
Yeah.
Fandom. Rolf's friend and collaborator, Mike Matei, convinced him to post the videos on a YouTube channel called James Nintendo Nerd on April 6, 2006.
There we go.
Mike was the one that convinced him to do it.
And then fucking rest was history, man. And it is crazy to be like, this dude's still doing it.
And he's still enjoying it, and that's what... Well, this is... Okay. So when I was talking about... He's got these new guys working for him.
He's got to arguably be the longest running, like, web series.
It's 15 years.
Yeah.
15 years, dude.
I know.
That's when it was on YouTube.
Yeah. He made the first few years before. Yeah. Like 3 years before.
They were on VHS.
And he converted them.
Yeah.
Yep. His nerd episodes, props there, and they did for the time, you know, realizing, you know, it's some guy at home uploading this shit. Like, this is pretty good.
Okay, so 2004 is when he recorded the first.
Okay, so yeah, 2 years before.
Well, that's according to Wikipedia.
Yeah. Still, you know, it was a few years before. That was definitely known.
But yeah, so Mike left the show, or left the Angry Video Game Nerd thing in December of last year. And now he's streaming on YouTube and Twitch.
Okay.
But they say that they are still good friends.
They might be.
They probably are, but there's probably some business stuff.
Yeah.
They got the Screenwave, I think is what they're called.
It is. It's because they can literally do anything. You know what I mean?
Well, they built all those sets, okay?
That, on top of that, they use CGI. Like, legit use CGI.
You could see it. It kind of looks almost like...
It looks cheaper, but I think that's also intended as well. Because James's videos have always had that aspect, you know? So
Ryan is the owner of Screenwaves.
Okay.
Yeah. And he created it in 2011.
Okay.
So.
Yep.
And the Angry Video Game Nerd movie, I believe that Screenwave came in so that time period when they were making the movie
is when they met each other.
And Mike was running the site by himself. Probably just went and let the pig go.
I gotta say the one thing, it drove me nuts during that time, because it took him a while to do that movie. Like, it took a few years, I feel like.
Man, he was talking about it for years.
Yeah. And he would do Angry Video Game Nerds, but it'd be like one or two a year.
Yeah.
During that stretch. And it was like, oh, man, come on, you know? Dude, he was making the fucking movie. I get it.
What did you think about that movie? I liked it, James. If you know,
I don't hate.
There was good.
It was definitely like, yeah, James finally got a movie though. Feeling, you know what I mean?
I liked the plot with the E.T. guy.
Yeah.
It's almost like, okay.
And I don't blame him for making it or any of that. Like, that was his life dream, was to get a fucking movie put into a theater. You know,
he's talked about making a horror movie, but then it's like, I'm not gonna do it because maybe he doesn't have the time to do it or whatever.
Right.
Okay, have you ever seen Red State from Kevin Smith?
Yeah, it's been a long fucking time on that one.
The one with
I remember it being a decent movie.
It's like Westboro Baptist Church tape gone freaking nuclear.
Uh-huh.
Like, make it, like, as good as he can make it, and not make it like a Cinemassacre movie.
Yeah.
He needs to actually make a good movie.
Yep.
You know? Like, okay, well, if you're not going to be able to cut it as the DP, get somebody that's really cinematic to be your DP, but then work with them, because he likes doing the special effects and all that.
Yep.
There's other things that he could be doing while he's got a really strong director of photography making it look amazing.
I know I'm up to date on the Nerd.
I'm always up to date on the Nerd episodes.
Yeah. Sometimes I get behind like a week or two, you know, but I usually notice it and correct that pretty quickly. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I haven't seen that one, you know. I didn't realize he posted one last week.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
How'd I miss his tweet? Because I follow him.